Welcome to Rick's Corner, where we talk wrestling. Welcome to Rick's Corner. I have a big surprise for you guys today. I'm always interviewing the guys and my students and the wrestlers and you guys that send me your YouTube videos from across the world. But today I have a female, and I got a good one. I've got Ursula, who's the farmer's daughter from Glow. Hello, Ursula.
Hi, Babe the farmer's daughter from Glow.
Well, Babe the farmer's daughter is your working name.
That's
Ursula is your real name.
Right.
And I'm Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want to ask you, and I want you to tell them, is how Glow originated and where it came from and how your involvement was with it.
How the hell am I supposed to know that?
I don't know.
Came from outer space.
All right. So it started with...
It originated at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas.
Okay, as
That's where
what?
It started as Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, a female wrestling show that revolves... Well, a comedy wrestling show that revolves around wrestling.
And I'm sure that you had like 7 million viewers a week.
Yes.
So one of you guys out there might have been one of the 7 million viewers. I've seen it. It's and I know a lot of you have. It was an awesome show. And how long did that run? How many years?
We did 104 episodes.
Yeah.
For 4 years we were on television, and we're working on bringing it back.
Yes, I know
So
that.
we're starting on a all-new Glow show. We're actually starting with a reality show first,
Okay.
which will lead into the all-new Glow show. That I know all the fans are excited and chomping at the bit to see, as well as me.
Well, it's unique. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like WWE. It's not like TNA. It's a completely different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember from the 80s, and I thought it was huge. I mean, everybody was a big fan, and I knew a lot of the girls you worked with. I'd done some commercials with some of them. How many of them are around today?
I have Hollywood, Lightning, Roxy, and Daisy, and myself that are still wrestling.
They still look all as good as you do?
Probably better.
No one looks better than you. Nobody looks better than you. That's impossible.
Oh.
And they're still willing to go back and do the job, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's in their blood, like me. You just, once you're hooked, you're hooked.
Of course. I know that's how it works.
Yeah, like, you know that.
Yeah, and you're going to have to cast new girls?
Absolutely. We are in the process of casting. We've got a few new Glow girls on the roster, and we're looking for more.
How many do you need?
Well, eventually we want 30. We've got 12 now.
You think I could be one of them?
Absolutely. We'll make you the showgirl.
Oh, that'd be good. I just don't want to show my boobs. But I'll
What?
I just...
No, you have to show your chest.
Okay, well, maybe that'll work. Your training back then, how many months or years did you put in your actual training in the ring?
Okay, we went through 6 weeks of boot camp, and then I went on tour. And then we came back and did about 3 to 4 shows a night. So I've done over 100 live wrestling shows.
That's a lot. So you've taken a lot of bumps.
Oh, yeah.
You've had your share.
I've done a lot of matches.
Yeah, and that's another thing for the viewers out there. I mean, a lot of the people write into me and they think, I had a really weird email. The other guy, a guy emailed me from Europe and said that he didn't have anywhere to train. He wanted to go straight to WWE without training.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
I asked him, I said...
Would you want to work with him?
No, thank you. and I asked him, I said, if you're going to drive a car, wouldn't you learn to drive before you went for your license?
Exactly.
I mean, how do you go into something without training for it? What if I was going to have brain surgery and the doctor said, this is my first time, I never took any lessons on this? Well, it's the same deal. You have to do it, right?
Yeah, they just don't know how dangerous it is. Somebody getting in the ring that doesn't know what they're doing is extremely scary to me.
Yeah, you're only, you've got to be careful who you choose to work with,
Absolutely.
and you know that because
You're
someone...
as good as your partner.
That's right, and somebody can really hurt you, and you've got to carry them. And if they can't do it, you've got to carry them, and hopefully if you
do
screw up...
twice as much work.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm trying to make the point out here, because guys or girls, it doesn't matter. If you're going to get in the ring, you got to train for it.
Yes.
And you girls train hard and you work hard and you put on a show with it, which is double the energy. And it's not all about the bumps in the ring, is it? It's about your performance as a performer and making the crowd like you.
Yes, it has just as much to do with the wrestling as it does with performance. You're putting on a show and entertainment. With Glow, the comedy was just as important as the wrestling. The costumes are just as important as the wrestling. It's the whole, wheel of pieces of the puzzle that put together that made the Glow show. It's just not girls going out there and wrestling. It's a whole production of rehearsals, training, singing, dancing,
Right.
learning your raps, writing your raps. It's a whole production.
Well, that's the thing. That was my point, because people do write in. They say, okay, I just had somebody send me some videos from Europe. They're going to be here next week to train with me. And they said, watch my promo. And their promo was nothing but high spots. Bouncing over here, rolling over there.
I know how you love that.
It looked like Cirque du Soleil. Yeah, you know how I like that. And I said, you need to learn how to wrestle. You need to have some holds in there because you girls did the holds. You did the moves. You sold. You did all that stuff.
We do everything the men's do. The men's do, but better.
You got to be like the men's. You know what I'm saying? So I told them, when you come here, we're going to work on that because you got to work on your groundwork. You got to, and you know, for you and the girls, it's got to be even more over the top because you're selling a sexy look. You've got to have certain things. Well, I would hope so. I mean, I don't have to sell it. It's already there.
We don't have to sell it because two women wrestling is sexy as it is.
That's right.
You know, you don't need to push it further. You know.
No.
It's
I just want to be sexy by myself.
Well, you are.
Okay. Well, there we go. So, I mean, you've got a lot to be concerned with in the ring more than the guys do because you have costuming, the hair, all that kind of stuff. But still,
it's very important that I have all my hair in the right place.
Well, is mine?
You have nothing to worry about.
Because sometimes it goes this way, not that way. Now, from this point on, you're going to have to get new girls, some, and you're going to have to start training them again and getting the whole show together because you guys rehearse the whole thing from start to finish. You don't call it out there like we do because it's got to be right.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
I know, dangerous your middle name.
It is. That's what the D stands for.
And that's why we're having the quad problems here.
Yeah, that's exactly why. It's a little danger in the ring. But the fact is that you have to rehearse the whole thing. I tell most of my students to go in the ring and call it like it is in front of an audience, but that's different. This is a show. It's like a Las Vegas show. And so it has to be rehearsed from start to finish. The timing has to be right.
Exactly.
The time allotted in between the matches. You have your little gimmicks and you have your skits. The lighting is different.
How long the matches have to be because we have to fit a 46-minute time slot for television.
All right, let's go a step farther now. Step forward, not step backwards. Let's just say there's some females out there watching right now because they do watch YouTube. Let's say they wanted to be a glow girl and they wanted to get involved in this. What would you suggest to them to start?
Well, the first thing I would ask them if they have any gymnastics experience really helps, ballet, dance. If they say no, then I ask, well, do you consider yourself a coordinated person? Do you know how to do a somersault or a forward roll? If they say, what's that? Then I'm like, maybe you should find another profession.
Right.
Those are the first questions I ask when somebody sends me an email saying they want to be a glow girl. And then the next thing is bringing them down here to your school and giving them a little whirl in the ring and see if they can handle it.
Well, that's the same thing. That's the same thing I would ask too when people ask me what does it take. I test them. You do a forward roll or a somersault. You'd be surprised of how many people don't know how to do a somersault. We did it in kindergarten.
Yep.
We did it. And how can you forget a thing like that? It's just a forward roll, and they go off to the side. They don't know how to do it. Backward roll is even harder.
Well, even sometimes they don't know where to forward roll because they know is it a somersault. So I'll say, well, do you know if I say a forward roll, then like what? And then if I say somersault, sometimes they go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Saying? But some of them go, well, still go what? I'm like,
I know.
How could you possibly want to be a wrestler when you haven't done any type of sports whatsoever in your whole life?
All right. That's right. So let's say, for example, this is what they want to do, and they see you, and they think, oh, wow, that would be interesting, and they contact me or you by way of YouTube or our websites, and your website is?
GorgeousLadiesOfWrestling.com or glowgirls.tv.
There you go, see? So if this is what you want to do, you can contact Babe, or you can contact me, and you have to send a video or a photo or something about yourself that makes you think you're qualified. This is almost like American Idol. I mean, when you watch that and you look at all the thousands of people that want to do this, and I get thousands of emails that people want to do it, and you see how many are turned away because they don't have it and they think they have it, take a good look at yourself in the mirror. And
be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I know that I'm getting older, I'm getting bald. I look in the mirror, I see it. I'm not the guy from 30 years ago. I'm honest about it, but some of you people aren't. And you think that you have what it takes to do this, but if you really do, let's see what you got, and maybe she'll consider it. We've heard a lot of jokes about the farmer's daughter over the years.
Oh, really?
Haven't we?
Have you heard the one about her father's shotgun?
I've heard all of them, but I have one for you.
What's that?
When I was traveling around the road wrestling, I couldn't find a place to stay. And I stumbled upon a farm after driving miles and miles and miles. It was late at night. I was hungry. I was out of gas. I just needed a place to stay. I don't know. I couldn't have gone another half a mile. I was just dead. So I knocked on the door, and the farmer came to the door, and I said, excuse me, sir, do you have a place I can stay? He says, I do, but I don't have a daughter. I said, then can you tell me how far it is to the next place? This is Rick's Corner. I'm talking to Babe. You'll see on the screen behind me the girls wrestling. You'll see what their show is all about, and we'll see you next week on Rick's Corner.
Bye,
say goodbye.
y'all.
Stay tuned next time for more Rick's Corner, where we'll talk wrestling.